it's funny because you usually don't get good ideas when you're running 100-mile races. But when I was running the race in 2014, and I was just, as you're running, you talk to people, of course, other people running it, and I'm talking to a guy who, the week before, he was working with natives in the Amazon, or somebody else who's running it because of a dead friend or whatever, and I just thought everybody running this thing is a novel unto itself. And I thought I need, and I like to document things. That's just something I like to do. I like to photograph, I like to write things down. And so I said, I need to tell. And then I spent the next 2 years just basically talking to people and getting to know people. I chose 8 runners. And some people, when I asked, said, no, I don't want you writing about me. Understandably so. Because to me, you're really opening yourself up. You're making yourself very vulnerable because you don't know what I'm gonna say about you. You really don't. So it's a very you have to feel somewhat naked to say, sure, go ahead and write my story. Running is a big piece of my recovery. It's not something I depend on for my recovery. When I say recovery, I mean recovery from alcohol and drug abuse. Or addiction, rather. Running can't be the answer to my recovery because I'm gonna get injured, I'm gonna get hurt. The running might not always be there, but it is good therapy. And I find that at these races of ultra long distances, there are many people like me there. So I have many friends in recovery, I have many friends in long running, and then if you want to think of the Venn diagram, I have some really great friends of that place where those two things intersect, and there are tons of people where those two things intersect. It seems as if I find that there is a lot of people who deal with mental illness, with addiction, eating disorder, that kind of those kind of things, drawn to that long running game, probably because it takes an obsessive type of mind, probably because you really have to get to know yourself. And here's something I think is interesting. Some people will say, oh, you're exchanging addictions. You know, you gave up booze, you picked up running. I ran through my last drunk. So I can't say that that's true. But a guy I know described it really well when he said, when I was using it, I was always putting masks on. I didn't even want to know who I was when I was using. I didn't want to face who I was and those hard truths. When I'm out on mile 80, I've pulled off every possible mask that I might possibly wear. I'm getting down to the core of who I am.